then he would prepare to go. He would take the fastest train or the fastest means of transport, the plane or bus or anything or train. And so, what will he do then further? Just come? No, but before that he would want to please her. Now that after a long time, so he would try to take some presents, try to select. He would go to the shopping center and select some presents for her. So she would like this, she would love this, she would want to do this. He just fills his bag. He's not at all satisfied with that. Oh, they do that here in the world? I said, yeah, that's what they do it. That's what I hear, I said. All this is while we are driving the car. I'm driving the car and he's being taken to Mehrabad somewhere. So, but suppose it so happens, can it ever happen like that? But suppose, while he is on his way now with all the presents and all the gifts for the beloved, and he knows that he is being called after 2 or 3 years and he loves her very much, and this is his opportunity to please her most. On his way, he has to stop over for a change of transportation, say Poona. And all of a sudden, will you ever expect that an hour that is to pass by, you see, or 2 hours, or a day that is to be passed there, would you ever dream of such a lover visiting a brothel on his way to his beloved? I said, I can't imagine. No stretch of imagination can reach me to that situation. He says, no, they don't do that. I said, no, they don't do it. So that means he doesn't care for that woman that is in the brothel? I said, no, that won't be possible. How can it be possible when he is in love with this beloved and wants to love and all that? So Baba says, that's how I want my lovers to be. Remain totally aloof from any distraction, anything, but be ever over anxious to come to me, to be with me, keep me with them. I know I am a very coquettish beloved. I know I don't allow them, but whenever the opportunity comes, then I want them to carry my love with them and nurture them and allow it to grow and return with that love directly to me. So this is what we have heard. Then what happens is, now these are the different facets of your question that I am answering. Then what happens, we'll come to that other point. Then what happened one day, it so happened that there was a group of his lovers around him, and he told that he selected some 7 people, I forget the exact number, that they should observe fast of 7 days. Nothing to be eaten except water to be taken at the respective places. So they were very happy, those who were selected for that. It's for my work, it will help me. That's what he would say all the time. So naturally the person who is on fast thinks that he is doing such a great service to the Lord. Yeah, he'll make us feel that way. So everything passed off happily. Then while leaving, one of them said, Baba, can I go to Sakori? Because that's a very quiet place there. At my place, visitors come and bother me. He was a doctor, by the way. So it won't be possible for me. It will be a disturbance. So can I go and observe fast there? I said, yeah, anywhere. But select a place. Once you select the place, fast for 7 days and be in that room. So he says, that's a nice place, Baba, for such a thing. Baba says, all right, go. And Sakori, you know what Sakori is? Sakori is a township very close to this place. It's the place where Upasni Maharaj was, Baba's master, Upasni Maharaj. You heard the name of Upasni Maharaj? After Upasni Maharaj passed away, that whole place is in charge of a lady who is known as Godavri Mai. Mai means mother. Godavri. You know that? Still, she is alive. She is there in charge of the whole place. Her name is Godavri. So we all know it because we had been there. That this man also knew it and all that. She is in charge of the place called Kanyakumari Ashram, which is known as Upasthi Maharaj's place and all that. And people revere her, love her and all that. Because, well, Maharaj, she is taking the place of Upasthi Maharaj. Now this man, who is a Baba follower and lover, now selects this place at Sakori. And he goes there to have his fast period there. So he continues his fast for 2-3 days now. He is fasting only on water. The news reaches this lady and says, "What? Poor young man is fasting like that. Why should Baba give him fast like that? He is getting emaciated like that." So she tells her, sends instructions to her kitchen, says, "Prepare a nice soft rice, you see, khichdi we call it, and tell him to eat it." It's the 4th day, 7 days fast. So there's a knock at the door on the 4th day. So who is that? So the person who is taking this khichdi says, "Mother," she's called as mother. "Mother thought of you and says you're fasting now. It's the 4th day. It's too much now. Mother wants you to break the fast and eat it." Now it's a dilemma. Meher Baba has said to fast for 7 days and said that if you were to fast for 7 days, it will be helpful to me in my work. And now he has selected this place. And this lady, who is supposed to be also a master, she says, "You break the fast and eat it," and has specially sent the rice. So he opted because he was hungry. And at the same time he had regard for this master also, love for her. He used to go very often there. So he thanked that lady who had brought that and says that my pranams means my salutations to mother, and I will eat it. So he broke his fast and he started eating. Nothing was mentioned, nothing. When the whole group came after some time, a year or so, Baba naturally inquired. Baba said that the 7 of them were there. He said, "Did you all observe the fast?" He said, "Yes, Baba." How was it? It was nice, fine, everything was fine. Good. Then the turn came to Roshan, this man. Says, "You observed the fast for 7 days too?" Says, "Baba, on the 4th day this happened." So Baba was very concerned. "What did you do?" So, "I had to eat, Baba, because she told me to eat it. I had to break the fast." So Baba just nodded and says, "What may I tell you? Why should you have broken the fast? Could you not have continued? Could you not have refused it? Was not it my order there?" "But Baba, she told me. If any other person had to tell me, I would have of course refused it. But when she told me, what could I do?" So then again Baba brought this point. Why I appear to be a jealous God, the jealous God? It's because of these things. I want my lovers to be protected. What you say is right, it's a dilemma for you. How would you displease a person like her? First of all, she should not. Of course, Baba made us write a letter to her that she shouldn't have meddled with all these sort of things. But that is another thing. But why should a lover of Baba go out of his way to get involved with this sort of thing? What has she to do? Anybody other than Baba is just an ordinary person, naturally. You can revere her, regard her, respect her, any master. And our Baba never wanted us to be disrespectful to anybody, let alone a master or anything, anybody. We have to be very cordial and loving. So Baba then pointed to us, this is what happens when you get yourselves involved with the affiliations with other masters or having thoughts about other masters. So this is what happens. This is the interference. But it reflects upon me, Baba says. You had nice stomach full of khichdi, you felt happy because you were hungry. But what about me? I depended upon you as one of the 7 for my work. What about that? Then he realized it. And since then, there is no distraction whatsoever. So such things he would bring home to us. But then when Baba never wanted us to dissociate ourselves from others who had belief and devotion for other masters. No. Baba wanted us to mix freely with them. But where devotion is concerned, one-pointed attention, one-pointed devotion should be on Baba. Have nothing to do. If you are strong enough. If you are not strong enough, better dissociate yourself from it. If you are strong, then not only associate with them, but bring home to them the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you may think you are strong.
Well, learn through experience.
I see. Is it assumed here that she knew of the order that was given to this fellow?
Yeah, he told.
He told her?
Yeah, he told her.
What did he do?
But then...
He told her before he did the act?
Yeah. He told her. Of course, when one has to go and stay there, naturally she is to be told the reason why he wants to stay there. So she was very happy about it. But then her motherly instinct, you see, oh, this young man, suppose if he were there, he's young, his mother has sent this and that. So 4 days of fast.
She fell down too.
Yes, she felt that. Her motherly instinct was that overcame her. How can this man suffer, how youngsters suffer like this? 4 days of fast? No, break it, he won't mind it. Because I have told you. I have told you. Baba says, I have ordered you and why you do such a thing? This is what. So what happens is, we are sure to get distracted. I know it. Unless and until His grace is upon us. Every little thing you see. You get so distracted with anything and everything. Their postures, their dresses, their long beards. This is what happens, you see. That's why Tukaram has given that, you know what it means there? In Marathi what it is. Marwan, watch line by line, you read it and I'll translate it.
Vadhuni jata lavuniya rakha.
There are variegated, different kinds of people who have grown hair to a degree where they are matted heaps on their heads and long flowing beards, you see. And they have smeared ash all over their bodies and you'll find them on the streets. Different types of person. They are the hypocrites, such hypocrites that you find on the streets with matted hair, long beards, body smeared with ashes. Tukaram, the great perfect master, says that may their conscience be burned to ashes, you see.
Their conscience.
Because they have no conscience. Whatever that semblance of conscience, let that conscience of theirs, because their conscience prompts them that they are masters. So such conscience be burned to ashes. Because I tell you that it won't be a sin if you catch hold of them on the street and thrash them with your shoes. To a height there. He was so annoyed with such hypocrisy that mislead people, you see. This is the wording of the perfect master. So, but Baba doesn't want us to go to that degree. We have nothing to do with anybody. But Master can say such things because he knows what height of hypocrisy that just diverts our devotion from reality towards this illusion, you see. These are all illusory, shadowy plays, you see. Yeah. They distract us horribly. So what is needed is, the best thing that we have to do is to salute them from a distance. See Baba in each one and remain anchored to Baba's Daman, you see. Hold on to him and be near him. That's what he told us. He told us not to leave your own faith or religion. Didn't I tell you that story about the Quaker Oats? About the Quaker Oats?
Just before she came.
No, they were not there at the time. You see, then there is another thing. That is for the masters. Now we come to the God-man, the Advent, you see. Now suppose if you are a Christian, your father is a minister, no?
Yes.
Okay. My father is a Zoroastrian priest, say. His is a mullah, you see.
Rabbi.
Rabbi. Oh, yours is a rabbi. All right, not a
Let's
mullah.
not get those two confused.
So, there are people, you see, who are born and bred, you see, in their own faith and religion, and their parents are also, you may call them, they are the high priests of such institutions. What to do now? Baba, then the children or the elders, they somehow or other are drawn, because he has come for all, but he is for the few. So suppose if you are included as one amongst the few, then naturally he touches your heart with his grace. You begin to love him, you begin to grow close to him. Then what happens to your faith where you are born? You see, you discard all these things. Of course, you can. You have every right to discard all this. But that doesn't mean that you should be disrespectful to all the things. You see? Yeah. It has no use. You have now been touched with the grace that all of a sudden you know how to read the dictionaries, how to read the philosophical books, you see. It happened. So these things are nothing but the ABC. All the religious texts and all these things, they are the ABC, the primary books. So you have no need of these things when you can read the whole book. What's the sense of continuing with transcribing A over A and B over B like that? It has no meaning at all. So by all means discard these things, but be respectful to them, because these are the very roots that bring you here. This is what he would say to us. But now what had happened, you see, in their fervor, Baba lovers, Baba people, and I think it was in 1960. When was Roshan's wedding? Which year?
1958.
Yeah, as early as 58, you see, 20 years ago. The fervor, because in 1952 and 53 and 54, Baba went out, you see, and he set fire in the hearts of the people, and they began to love him, because his grace, of course, touched their hearts were for the few. So they in their fervor, they in their love and devotion, they started telling people, you see, what are you all trying to do? You see, forget the past, live in the present. He has come. Be devoted to him, love him. What have you to do? But I am a follower of Jesus. My love is there. Forget that, that's past. He is Jesus the Christ who has come again in the name of Meher Baba. He says that he is the ancient one and all that. So there were many broken hearts, many distortions in their faith, and devotion was shattered. Many things happened in those years, to a degree when it so happened one day that I was sent out. Of course, I used to be with Baba most of the time with him, but it was a rare occasion when he told me to go and attend a wedding. My cousin's wedding. Yeah. So I went out that day. It was nice, of course. Food is there naturally. So that's one of the greatest attractions of a wedding. And maybe a little drink or something like that. Yeah. So, and I was given freedom, go and attend the wedding. I was very happy about it. After many years, because he never asked us to attend weddings or funeral processions or join anything of that sort, you see. So I went there, little knowing what was in store for me. So when I went to the area there, where it was well decorated and there was that festive feeling, atmosphere was there all around. And in that there was a crowd in a heated discussion that I see as I enter and pass through the approach road. There was a big group of people. It was in Poona that happened. And at that time, what do I find? That a lot of argument and debating is going on. I am noticing this, I am hearing as I am going inside, you see. And all of a sudden comes a person, a Baba lover from the group. He sees me, spots me and comes to me and says, "It's good that you have come. Come inside, come here." I said, "What's the matter?" "I have come for the wedding." "What is it? What's going on?" He says, "There is a person who is interrogating us, you see." I said, "Why? What's the matter? What does he ask you all?" He says, "You just come." So he takes me inside that crowd there, and there's a person standing there. Person, Indian, and he's introduced as one of the editors of a very important paper of Poona. And he was introduced to me as that. So I said, "Yeah, how do you do?" and all that. "You have been invited for the wedding?" He says, "Yes, I have come through my other friends and all that." I said, "I am also for the wedding. Let us have a happy time," and all that. Then that man punctuated says, "But he has a question to ask us." I said, "What is this question? Here in this wedding, festive occasion?" This is, yeah. He says, "I would like to know. I have come with the purpose because I thought that I would be meeting many Meher Baba lovers over here. And that's one of my purpose to attend this wedding." I said, "What is it?" "Yeah, it's a wedding of a Baba lover, and naturally Baba lovers of Poona are invited over here." That's good. So, but I have a question. "What is the question?" He says, "I don't understand why Meher Baba advocates people to leave their religion and just follow him. Is it not painful for us all? Our devotion, traditionally, for past thousands of years, we are devoted to Ram and Krishna and Buddha. And then there are many Mohammedans here. They were there. So they are all devoted to their Allah and Prophet Muhammad, they revere as the messenger of God. And there are Zoroastrians and there are Christians. And why does he insist upon them leaving their religion and following him?" And I said, "Who told you that?" He says, "There are many Baba lovers who do these things, and they come and tell us that of what use, what avail is there that you follow this old traditional thing, you see. Just forget the past and live in the present." And why does Meher Baba advocate such things? Why does he not permit people to follow their religion? I said, "Look here, you may have heard from Meher Baba people many things, but I am coming directly from him. I am living there. And I come from there, and I know one thing, that he has never said such a thing. He has never said such things. Then why these people do that?" I said, "You can ask them, but Meher Baba has never said such a thing. On the contrary, Meher Baba has said this, that now that you have had a taste of my love, you will be able to tell those who are devoted to their lords, Jesus or Buddha or Krishna, the true way to worship him. Can you not do that?" So has Meher Baba said anything wrong in that? On the contrary, Baba wants us to hold on to our religion, our faith, you see, and see it in proper perspective, rather than distort it with our selfish ends and with strings attached to our prayers and all that. He wants us to be so devoted to our Lord that we should pray to him the way that he should be prayed to, that we should remember him wholeheartedly. He said that? I said, "Yeah, he said that." Oh, and he was so happy and he embraced me and all that sort of thing. Then I said, but he has also said one thing. What is that? I said, well, I don't know how to put it. I said, I can only narrate to you the episode that occurred. So he gave us a figure, I said. I said, what is, he asked me, what is it, tell me. And the figure that Baba gave us all, which I narrated to him, was this. He tells us, he just asks us a question. By the way, but do you all know that there is a thing called oatmeal? Yeah. Huh? You know that? It gives good vigor, strength. Huh? It helps the growth of a child. Usually the porridge is made in the morning, oatmeal porridge. And the brand that we used to have was Quaker Oats here, coming from Scotland. You still have that? In England you must be having it still. In India also we have it. People say that we still have that. Oh, that's good then. It's universally known then. Yeah, it's giving strength and vigor and all that. And all mothers, all parents are anxious that the child should have the meal, oatmeal, Quaker Oats. They must have that tin there in the house. It's very easy to prepare porridge out of it and let the child eat it and then go to school. Yeah. So Baba tells us that this Quaker Oats is known all over the world. And it so happened that a certain family, always the mother in the family was anxious to feed the child on this porridge, Quaker Oats. She had great faith in that because she knew that Quaker Oats gave a lot of strength, vigor, courage, build the body and everything, whatever you call it, you see, you can make a song out of it. So then what happened is that during the World War, it so happened. Baba tells us this figure, it's all the story in the figure. The figure is wound up in the story. In the World War, there was a lot of, difficulty, shortage of many products. And in that, in India, it so happened that there was shortage of Quaker Oats. And all of a sudden, that particular mother in that family found out one evening that the stock had run out. And she was so anxious, she ran to the shop with great anxiety, knowing that the stock is short. So she wanted to go as soon as possible and get hold of the tin. And her joy knew no bounds when she saw a solitary tin on the shelf, still there. So she runs inside and says, "Oh, I'm so happy," and she gets at that tin. Says the shopkeeper stops her. Says, "What are you doing, madam?" Says, "I would like to have that tin for my son. I don't have the stock for the next day." He says, "But don't take that." No, I want it." "No, please don't take that because that's kept there as a sort of a sample. We have just received fresh stock. Wouldn't you like that?" He says, "Sure." So she waits there till the package is opened, and there the storekeeper offers the fresh tin of Quaker Oats. So Baba now tells us, I'm telling this man now, this whole thing. Baba now tells us, which is the mother in the world who would prefer or insist upon having that stale stock of Quaker Oats and refuse the fresh stock of Quaker Oats? Is there any mother living in the world? So says, no. She will always go in for the fresh stock for her child. So then Baba said, I am that fresh stock of Quaker Oats. As Mayor Baba. It's just the same. It's one and the same thing.
But that form has disintegrated. It's of no use now. That old stock. It's disintegrated.
It still has
Form.
some
It
nourishment.
has some nourishment, but
It
it's
is.
disintegrated.
But it is still there. The name itself counts. The name itself is helpful
No,
to get
you
bigger.
know why? Because when you ask for that name, you get the new stock.
Yeah.
So it's also there. So the name is all right.
So this is how he would bring home to us that it doesn't matter. You follow any faith. On the contrary, I would love you. He had told one thing more. He said that if you were to detract any lover of the Lord from his or her own worship towards him, to him, and direct that worship towards Meher Baba's form, is belittling Meher Baba. Belittling. Why? Because I am that too. I am Jesus, and say stop worshipping Jesus and start worshipping that means you are ignoring me. You follow? This is also he said that. Yeah. I don't want that. On the contrary, my lovers are duty bound to tell them how they should worship Jesus, how they should worship Zoroaster, the way that I give you all now. This is what he told us.
That's good.
Well, why I asked, is it all right?
Yeah, go ahead. Why? Don't hesitate.
Is because I don't live in a Baba community. I mean, I write to my Baba contacts that I make.
Yeah.
And that's how I remain in contact. And I see Baba people when I can. But as a whole, I am, as far as I know, alone in my area of the country. But when I see a look, I mean, Baba's with me. Baba is all I have. He's my true one friend.
Yeah.
But I see people, and I see a look in their eyes, and a love coming from their heart, and they might be an American Indian